Evening. Welcome to the Wednesday, September 11th workshop meeting. This is only business. Our monthly meeting has been rescheduled for next week. Announcements, I believe it's yard waste week this week. Any other announcements? Okay.
No.
Second item is opportunity to request a vote to add or modify agenda items. I would like to make a motion to move item 4C regarding land appraisal to within our session seeking advice of counsel.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. And we do have the deputy mayor with us online. And now I will make a motion to enter closed session to seek advice of village council. We'll close the meeting to the public when we will return to finish our business items. May have I'm making a motion. May I have a second?
Second.
Favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All right, we are adjourning to executive session. I need everybody non-essential to drop off.
Thanks a lot, John.
Okay, have a good night.
Bye.
Okay. Okay, so put it back in where the public is. Here it comes.
James Parker was on, but dropped off.
Oh, yeah, do you want to text James? Do you have his
Yeah.
number? I told him we would text him when we were done.
Can
Okay.
you open the door?
Yeah, I was gonna let
Yeah.
him as well.
We'll wait for the person to come back in the room. Anybody out there still?
Yeah. We had one person hang in there with us.
So it is now 7:45. We entered closed session to seek advice of village council. I made a motion to exit that closed session, was seconded by trustee Starbuck, and we voted in favor to come out. We're now reopening the public session for our remaining board business. Hi, Rebecca.
Hi.
So we have two items. One is the film and photography application.
We also need to vote on the.
We had one vote, the motion for the land appraisal.
Oh, yes, thank you very much. Thank you for catching that, Laura. So I would like to make a motion to accept the proposal of Michael Dewan Appraisals for restricted appraisal of a parcel near our dam.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you, Laura, for that reminder. Okay, so that item is done. James there. And we have James Parker with us. Great. First on our agenda is the film and photography application. We're working out the fee schedule. There has been an expansion of scope. There is going to need to be a true up after the project is done, but that true up is covered in item 7 of the contract. So I'm looking for approval to sign the contract with Universal Television.
I'll make so moved. Does that work?
Yes, it does.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you. Thank you, Greg, for all the time spent trying to get that locked down.
Yes, thank you.
Okay, next C Streak. Hi, James. Thank you for waiting. You're muted.
Unmute.
There
Yeah,
we go. Hi.
thanks for having me. Yeah, no problem. Yep.
And thank you for taking the time to be part of the conversation. In case the trustees had questions, I thought it would be more efficient to have you here.
Sure.
So, C Streak, we have approved a series of dates. They were still working on docking. They have requested one docking per weekend throughout the season.
Mhm.
They are not going to be able to finalize with West Point in time for this season. In the past, they have docked at West Point on days when they were not docked here. That will not work out, but James has identified a few other options and dates that he believes that those options are likely to be available and is looking for the flexibility if the alternate either mooring or other docking location falls through. He's looking for flexibility to be able to add docked days. And I wanted to talk to the board about that. Have I covered your request clearly?
Yeah, either add docked days or cancel without a penalty, and we'd prefer to add docked days. But we wouldn't want to cancel and have to pay a 50% penalty.
Because you didn't have docking, right?
Yeah.
One thought I had, actually Michelle and I talked about it today, was you have 9 dates where you have potential docking. Is that we, as a compromise, say that you can have some number of flex days. Because you're hoping, and we are hoping, that your offsite docking works out for all 9 days. But if it doesn't, to give you a number of flex days within the 9, or up to, I don't know, 3, 4, whatever number the board feels is the right number, as an option for him to be able to dock an additional day.
I think, and then for
And
the
then keep it-
remaining days, would those be held with the fine or the fee if he cancels?
I would be in favor of keeping the cancellation fee
Yeah.
if we instead compromise and offer this these flexible days.
Right, I mean, I think we need to keep our budget whole, we have a certain sort of commitment we've made to the budget. But I like the idea of giving flex days up to like, half or something like that. Although 9 is an odd number.
Yeah, so I was thinking be 3 or 4. What discussion among other trustees?
We've tried to limit docking to,
That's right.
address impacts to villagers and other visitors as well. So, I wouldn't be in favor of an open
Exactly.
chance to add more docking. So I would, think 4 would be the max that I'd be okay with of flex days.
And how would it work? Would you, like how much advance notice would we have on what day was gonna be a flex day or not? How would that work?
How
I
far
mean-
in advance will you know if you have your alternative location?
Probably the only way that this would be impacted is weather. If we have like pretty severe weather and we don't want to use we don't think it's safe to use the other docking methods. So we'd probably know like 2 days before. And I think 4 days would be enough. And I think we'd be agreeable to that if we had 4 flex days, and then the rest would have the penalty if that works for you all.
I think that seems reasonable.
I'm comfortable with that as a compromise.
Yeah.
And James, you did also mention on the phone that you are actively working with West Point. I also spoke with Post Command, and I know that is true, that you're working with the real estate department there, and you did propose getting dates to us for next year much earlier, once you have
Yeah.
those alternatives confirmed.
I don't have them yet, but we are working on them, and I will let you know as soon as we have them. We're doing it right now.
I mean, if you can have them to us January 1st, it's brilliant for us to be able to.
We'd love to take care of this as early as possible as well. Yeah.
Great, okay.
Mm.
So then, we have to actually write this up in contract form, but I would make a motion to, proceed with drafting a contract based on, 9 potential undocked days with 4 flex days that can be used for docking. And we would build that into the contract with the same way we've done with the film as a true up at the end of the season. Right? You have always paid a deposit, and then the balance that's outstanding, we would build those docking fees into the closeout at the end of the contract, period. So that is my, that is my long-winded motion,
And maintaining the
and maintaining the
cancellation fees. I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, so that the contract is, this is an easy update on the contract. So James will turn this around quickly and get it to you.
Okay, I'll sign it as soon as I get it.
Thank you very much for working with us, and thank you, board, for working through the compromise.
Yeah, and just a word, we know, we're trying our best to get the boat off the dock, and
I know
that
you
we
are. I know you are.
put
And
together
I
the
will-
whole West Point tour package so that we could, have more Cold Spring days, and so that everybody would be happy. And unfortunately, we had that big storm, and it, we thought everything would be okay this season, and it took longer than expected for the road to get fixed. But hopefully, everything will be good at West Point next year. And if West Point doesn't work out, we have a backup plan that we're working on. So we're doing this all way ahead of time, and hopefully we'll get an answer earlier than we did this year. So thank you, everybody.
You're welcome. I do
Yeah.
understand, just for the record, I do understand from post command that there are also docking upgrades they're working.
Right.
Okay, great. Thanks a lot.
Thank
Have a
you.
good night.
Yep, you did.
Okay, and the last item, is that our last item, is bills? Who's got the batch?
I've got that. It's on.
Make a motion.
Make a motion to approve the bills that $75.3 in the amount of $72,422.
Favor?
Aye.
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 Okay, and with that, we'll make a motion to adjourn. Favor?
Aye.
Thanks, everybody.